It was initially speed dating for matchmaking, but technology has changed the game so that a face-to-face meeting is no longer needed. Online dating is now commonplace as services offered on the internet and apps on gadgets make it easier to set up a meeting. But are online daters in for the long haul or just a one-off thing? Find out as we go on the record. Good evening, I'm Ruth Cabal. Our guests for this episode, veteran life coach Eric Cruz, RJ Lopena Jr. and his wife Stephanie Nicole Lopena, and NBI Cybercrime Division Senior Agent Francis Senora. Good evening, guys, and happy Valentine's Day in advance. Okay, I'd like to start muna with our couple, si RJ tsaka si Stephanie. You met on a dating app. Ano bang dating app, and how does it go for those who are not familiar?
We met on Tinder.
Yeah, Tinder. And then you just have to look at the pictures of girls or guys, and then if you like it, you swipe right. If you don't like it, you swipe left.
Okay, so you're married. When did you meet, and then how long was the courtship? Can you share with us?
We matched on Tinder on January 1. It's New Year 2016.
Wow.
And then we met on January 8, 2016 as well.
So that's 7 days after.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you say you matched, anong ibig sabihin nga pala pag nag-match kayo?
Nilike niya yung picture ko, and then nilike back ko siya. So,
Okay.
pwede kami mag-chat.
Okay, kasi pag hindi nyo nilike yung isa't isa,
Hindi kami makapag-message.
hindi kayo magkikita at all, no? So, and then, after a week, you met in person.
Yes.
I went to her house because she said hindi daw siya pwedeng lumabas
Okay.
and to talk to a stranger or meet a stranger na kakakilala lang niya. So, I went to the house and yun.
Okay, so, interesado lang ako na pareho kayo, bakit kayo nag-online? I mean, how come it's not the traditional way of meeting people?
For me kasi, parang gusto ko lang mag-explore because I was 21 at that time. So gusto ko lang itry kasi usong-uso yung Tinder that time. So na-curious ako, tas din-download ko siya para lang maghanap ng friends, mga ganun.
Pero siya yung una mong minute in person?
Siya lang.
Siya lang. One and
Marami
only,
Marami ako nakamatch, pero gusto nila akong makita, pero hindi ako nakipagkita kasi gusto ko sa bahay mismo ako pupuntahan for my safety rin.
So, may iba kang kasama sa bahay?
Yes, may aunt.
So, ikaw naman, RJ, bakit ka nag-online dating?
Well, for me, I was looking for love. Because I just got off a relationship, 5-year relationship, and then I wanted, to explore. And so I downloaded Tinder, and then I saw her.
Wow. And then how many years na kayo kinasal? 2016 you met, and then?
And then 2018, nag-propose siya sa akin.
Pero I want to ask si Eric, no? Gaano ba kadalas, how common is it now dito sa Pilipinas yung mga ganitong paggamit ng dating apps?
Yes, sa Philippines, sobrang laki na niya. So there's about, globally, there's 57 million users for Tinder itself. In the Philippines, so cut that into about 1/4, and then you'll get the number for the Philippines. Marami siya because may internet tayo eh. And then ang daming may-ari ng smartphones, and it's so easy to download these things. As a matter of fact, the ratio now is medyo mas marami na yung mas batang gumagamit ng dating apps.
So, ikaw, sa observation mo, bakit? I mean, do you share yung views nila na they were just, like he's from a long relationship and siya naman na-intriga lang daw siya? Ano ba talagang common reason?
A lot of people would explore, and then it's easy. So because it offers a lot of accessibility, all you need to do is just have data, download the app, and then it's easy to post pictures. Swipe lang. So accessibility to find new people and to connect with people is what makes it so common. Right? At the same time, because it's also economical, instead of going out on a date, for example, paying for a night out, all you need to do is just basically chat. And then so less investments. And at the same time, if you want more features, add about $10 for super light. Ang dami mo ng added features on Tinder.
Okay. So, ang iniisip ko lang kasi, minsan, syempre, because it's online, di ba, hindi ka sure kung totoo yung tao, di ba, yung tinatawag nila na catfish. So, paano nyo nalaman na totoo pala yung isa't isa?
Nung nag-message na siya sa akin, naghingian na rin kami ng Facebook and Instagram and yung cellphone number para lang ma-make sure na totoo siya.
Na siya yung nasa pictures
Yes, siya yung
niya.
nasa picture.
But of course, very common din, Eric, yung gano'n, na hindi tunay yung ano.
Totoo. So, commonplace and catfishing. There's what we call catfishing or meron ding kitten fishing. Parang
Ano naman, kinaiba nun?
Photoshop lang yung catfishing is basically identity theft. Hindi ikaw talaga yung sinasend mo. kitten fishing is photoshop mo yung pictures mo or sinesend mo mga 10 years ago na picture. Ganyan.
Okay.
So when you meet, parang magugulat ka, iba
na yung itsura.
Oo.
Okay,
So itong maraming cases na ganito kasi mahirap talagang i-identify and then on a legal perspective, hindi mo naman ma-check kung ano talaga yung upload mo, kung sino nag-upload and
Unless
things like that.
magpakita ka.
Unless
magkita na
mag-meet na
kayo.
kayo.
Okay, gusto ko tanungin si Agent Francis, no? Yan yung mga minention na nila Eric, 'di ba? Yung identity theft or catfishing or may mga nakakarating ba sa inyong complaints coming from yung mga ganitong dating apps?
Well, on a day-to-day basis, siguro if we're going to receive 25 complainants, one of those is concerning dito sa mga dating app scams. So, the usual is yung mga love scams na we encountered wherein people have met someone online and then magkakaroon sila ng exchanges, then they're going to a relationship, and then one thing led to another, hindi nila alam, nagbibigay na sila ng pera dun sa person for a promise of something, which is sometimes meron itong goods na coming from the abroad or papers or and other promises na binibitawan nila.
But is it common like here lang in the Philippines? Yung mga Pilipino or is it because galing abroad or paano po ba yung mga ganyang love scam?
Well, I guess one of the main factors is pagiging gullible natin. Because sometimes, one of telltale signs ng ganyan is it's too good to be true.
Yes.
So minsan nahuhook tayo dun sa isang relationship, online relationship because there's a promise of something. Okay? Merong material or a promise of assistance. Most of the times merong papangakuan sila na makakarating sila sa ibang bansa or there's a package na worth something. So yun. And then it's too late na marami na silang naibigay doon sa nang i-scam sa kanila.
Pero is it because yung madali ba tayong maloko ang mga Pilipino or is it because masyado tayong mapagtiwala?
I guess it's because maybe on the education on how we use the internet. As I always say, that when the internet was introduced to us, it was a form of entertainment. It was never in the use for research or education. So yung internet IQ sometimes natin, ang usage, is very low. So minsan, we tend to be easily fooled on what we saw in the internet.
Pero ano ba usually yung profile ng mga yung mga naloloko dito sa mga love scams?
Well, sometimes ang kadalasang naloloko dyan yung mga taong mag-isa. Well, yung
Mga babae or lalaki? Or,
most common po na, we receive is mas majority is yung mas malaki yung sa mga female na complainants kasi, they tend to be yung mga alone, tapos nagkakaroon siya ng biglang kilala and then they thought na yung tao na yun would be yung savior nila sa either love or sa financial.
Financial,
Yes,
oo. Okay, sige, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan about online dating. We'll be back after a quick break. Keep it here on CNN Philippines. Welcome back to On the Record. We're talking about dating apps, pros and cons. I want to ask si RJ and Stephanie, they met through Tinder, no? Parang nung mga bagong kilala pa lang kayo, ano yung mga challenges sa inyo na medyo iba if you would have met in traditional way?
Siguro yung challenges na para sa akin na na-feel ko is yung kung tama bang papuntahin ko siya sa bahay namin agad-agad. Kasi syempre kasama ko yung family ko. So baka mamaya magnanakaw pala siya or kung ano man.
Okay.
Ayun. So, tapos pati yung pag-exchange ko ng Instagram, baka mamaya hacker pala siya. So, yun yung mga kinabahan din ako.
Ikaw naman, RJ.
Ako, parang ganun din. Tapos pupunta ako sa bahay ng
Oo nga, no?
hindi ko na
Oo.
bang kilala, di ba? Kasi usually, when you meet in a neutral place. Pero in her case kasi, I had to go sa bahay nila. So, medyo kinabahan ako. So, what I did was to tell my family na, okay, I'm going to this place. And then, yun.
Ay, siguro hindi. Isama ko na lang while we're on the topic of meeting in person. Ano bang mabibigay mong advice, agent, pag ganyan? Tama ba yung ginawa niya na pinapunta niya sa bahay? And ito namang si RJ, pumunta naman dun sa bahay.
Okay, the first is when you engage on online relationship, it's better to tell to someone that yung part ng family mo. At least they could give you an advice and at least mabantayan ka. First is when you talk to someone online, you have to read the profile of the account. Make sure that the account was not recently created. You check with your friends and check yung mga activities niya. It's a simple form of checking, but most of the time it's very effective.
Pero yung ginawa niya na nagpalitan na daw sila ng Facebook, Instagram, kasi yung I've been reading dun sa US, ang fear nila sa mga ganyan is it might be used and to be infected with malware or ransomware or hacking. Is that a valid concern?
As to the Philippine setting, yung hacking and malware for the that concerns for the website itself.
Okay.
Sa atin kasi wala naman nag-host ng mga dating site as of now. But as to the exchanges of information, kasi there's always a stigma of magkaroon ng identity theft. So again, before you exchange information, you have to study the account first. Check nyo muna kung gaano yung katagal, may mutual friends ba kayo, or yung activities ba niya is talagang mukhang ginagawa talaga ng tao.
Baka drawing lang or kinuha lang sa magazine or something like that, no? Pero, Eric, syempre, nakita naman natin na successful sila na they found love on Tinder, pero not all couples are successful. I'm reading this survey by Michigan State University. Those who start online, 28% daw are more likely to break down in the first year of their relationship. I mean, may difference ba if you met online and if you met yung traditional way, kung gaano tatagal yung relationship?
The difference mainly is that online, what we put in our social media is a curated online presence. So you always put our best self forward. And so, the real work happens outside the online communication. Pag nakita ka na kayo, dun na lumalabas yung mga, ganito pala siya, because hindi na siya controlled environment. So here, nakikita yung quirks mo as a person, nakikilala na kung sino ka ba talaga. Kaya on the first year, nandun yung maraming challenges, 28%. Tumataas pa yung percentage as the years go by. Because nagsimula lang naman sa liking of a picture.
Yeah.
And that's it, basically.
And saka parang platform lang siya for meeting. Kasi
Exactly.
after that, you go on with the real, yung traditional relationship.
Exactly.
But then, there are also others who go online na not out there to look for a relationship
True.
talaga. Yeah. Kasi actually, nakita ko nga dun sa survey, they are more for fun. Of course, they're looking for sex.
Yes.
And may mga ganun bang instances na?
Yes. Also, kasi depende sa dating app that you go into.
Yeah.
Tinder is more general. That's why it's talagang para sa maramihan to. There are more dating apps na who are really for fun. They just go there for sex, and it's known to both parties. So they do that. There are also apps for hobbies and interests.
Yeah.
So itong mga taong to, they find more success depending on what they really want out of this particular experience, their intention at the very start. RJ is just very lucky because he went there for love, he found love.
Wow, yeah.
Diba? But this is a rare case. That has to be taken out of the online community, pagtrabahuhan para mag-succeed.
Ako honestly, gumagamit din ako ng dating apps. Like, when I travel to other countries. Pero it's yung to meet people there kasi it's very easy na at least makikilala mo kesa yung mamit mo sa isang public place na wala kang alam sa background. Pero may
Yes.
mga ganun ding like couch surfing, di ba yung parang
Meron
mahanap
din
sila
yan.
ng accommodation, ano?
Meron din. But because at the end of it all, this is a platform for connection.
Yeah.
For connection. And so you don't actually look for as romantic relationship na successful ka agad. Kasi a match success does not automatically lead to a relationship success. So it's just a platform for connection.
But on the other side, may sinasabi rin sila na, I don't know, well-received that you were saying na marami nang gumagamit sa Pilipinas. Pero kayo na-feel nyo ba yung sort of stigma na parang, ay, nag-meet kayo sa Tinder? Anong experience nyo sa ganon?
Ako, proud akong i-share sa kanila na nag-meet kami sa Tinder kasi sobrang rare eh. Parang akala kasi ng lahat pag Tinder kayo nagkakilala, joke lang yon. Hindi siya magpo-prosper.
It's nothing serious, yeah.
Yes.
So pero nararamdaman niyo yun na minsan they look down on, meeting online or something like that?
Nung earlier years namin, pero nung tumagal na, parang na-appreciate na ng mga tao yung Tinder, mga dating apps. So parang natutuwa sila na may nagiging success story pala sa mga dating apps.
Pero Eric, yung ganyan, parang sinasabi nila, in a way din, it leads to parang risky behavior and parang when you swipe, parang kang namimili sa...
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Para lang sa menu lang, di ba? And so because it's easy, madali din siya, safe siya for the ego eh. So meaning, kung hindi ka naging okay, madali siyang i-dismiss or i-unmatch. Also because walang masyadong responsibility behind it, you're not emotionally invested, so you are exposed to risky behavior. Baka one time lang to. So pwede nang after this, that's it, ghost na, wala akong responsibility over you.
Pero that makes it, parang hindi ba siya dinidiminish yung concept of actually making a good connection or...
Yeah. So because it is a platform for connection, you have to see it for what it is. It's just a platform for connection. After the connection, what happens with that connection is all up to you. So you need to take responsibility also eh. Pwede kasing ikaw yung naloloko, pwede rin ikaw yung maloko. Pwede naman you're there really to be your true self and find what's possible for you. So it goes back to number 1, intention, and then number 2, taking responsibility for whatever it is.
Pero parang kung lagi ka namang, may mga instances ba na parang lagi namang nare-reject? How do you deal with the rejection naman, Eric?
Ayan.
Oo.
Actually, kaya din siya popular kasi hindi, nasa-soften niya yung rejection eh. As opposed, for example, lalapit ako sa'yo in a bar and then I get rejected, sobrang in your face. Ito, pag hindi ka nag-match, hindi nag-match, I go to the next profile at napaka 1 second away lang yun. So, mas madali siya in terms of dealing with the rejection, kaya safe for the ego. Yung maraming nare-reject, ibig sabihin ang tendency na is to swipe right, not to swipe right to everyone. Kasi tumataas yung chances mo of having a match. And yung match gives you a certain high eh.
Yeah.
Diba? Kaya parang, it's a match. And then you try to look for it again. So you go into the pattern of just matching
Yan na nga,
and matching.
certain high, may tendency ba for it to be addictive? Or?
Yes, yes, that's true. Because pag nag-high ka, may nangyayari in your brain, and then you look for it. So ang tendency mo is to really go for a match. And at the same time, yung match na yan, hinahanap mo dun sa nakamatch mo. And if you don't get that high, you'll go for the next match. So, madaling bitawan yung relationship because hinahanap mo yung high nung match. Eh.
Ikaw may na-encounter ka na ba talaga na gano'n na parang, laging walang success and actually addicted na lang? Kasi yung iba naman daw is, you're not in for a serious relationship. And
We call them serial daters.
wow, may ganun pala, no? Parang serial killers, serial daters. Okay.
Tapos meron tayong term, yung mga millennials, may term sila, cushioning.
Okay.
So, nangongolekta sila ng matches, and then they tend to focus on one, but they still text others. Just in case yung major concentration mo or match would not go through, meron ka pang iba. So
wow,
you
may
maintain
ganun
a lot.
pala, cushioning.
Yeah. So ito talaga very addictive in that sense.
Okay.
So,
Okay. We'll back for a quick break. We'll talk about siguro tips from the couple, the successful couple, and also yung security and safety tips natin for online dating. We'll be back after a quick break. This is On The Record. Stay tuned to CNN Philippines. You're watching On The Record on CNN Philippines. In time for Valentine's Day, we're actually talking about do's and don'ts, pros and cons of online dating. Let's go to Senior Agent Francis of NBI. No? Sir, sinasabi nga nila na sikat yung mga online dating. First, tips when doing your profile, ano bang dapat isulat mo, anong dapat hindi, and then security and safety online.
Okay, as to what you would put on your profile is that make it simple, and then as much as possible, yun lang yung controlled mo na data. Don't overuse information and don't overuse data. And when you meet someone online, I always advise is that you verify. Good thing about the internet is that meron na silang mga searching function. So if you meet someone online, there's a picture, right? There's a photo. You could Google search that photo. Ma-check nyo siya kung it is naka-attribute ba siya sa ibang account or sa ibang tao.
So yung mismong picture.
Yung mismong picture. You can drag that and then you put that on the Google search and then may mga results
Yun
yan.
yung reverse image.
Yes,
Parang iba yun.
yes.
Yeah.
You can see na baka ito nagamit na sa ibang account. So you can check if
Kinuha lang sa magazine.
Yes, so
ganyan.
baka pwedeng yun. Next is that you check the accuracy of that account. O yun yung tinitingnan mo kung gaano nakatagal, yung mga hobbies niya, and yung mga friends, and past transaction ng account. You have to always do that.
Pero kung dumating ka dun sa point na yon na scam, you were talking about love scams, no? Yung common is yung nagpapabigay ng pera or may promise, ano? Pag ganun po, saan po sila dapat lumapit?
Okay, first is that before, they could always go to us, the NBI, for assistance. But again, before you go to us, you have to collect the information and the evidence required. So if you're going to submit yung mga screenshots, and likewise unfortunately, you already shared your money, we need yung proof and evidence na nagkaroon nga ng transfer of money.
Yung isang nababasa ko rin minsan, yung ginagamit yung picture, that's identity theft.
Yes,
Ba? Ginagamit yung picture mo to pass off as someone else, tapos makikita mo na lang sa online.
Yes, ma'am.
Pag ganun, anong identity theft yon, sir?
Unfortunately, yung identity theft hindi lang nangyayari sa online dating app. So nangyayari din yan sa mga social media as to yung mga buying and selling. So be very careful whenever you share some information or photo. That's why my advice is that limit yung information na binibigay nyo, at the first place, don't post your IDs. Kasi hindi
Yeah.
mo alam na gagamit na yan, na hindi mo alam na yung account mo, kinopya na, and then they're selling something someone, tapos i-scamin lang pala nila.
Kasi minsan, di ba, siguro na-experience nyo rin yun nung kayo, di ba, pag may na-meet ka sa Tinder, naghihingi sila ng ibang pictures, di ba, para makita yung hobbies mo, or is that advisable na magbibigay ka ng pictures mo, sometimes with the family pa no, agent?
Again, you have to be smart, and you have to be smart. You have to analyze first kung ano ba tong kausap mo. Again, before you go to that point na mag-share ka na ng something intimate or something very informative, again, you have to check the profile, you have to verify the profile, kung nagamit lang ba yan sa Google, and then check kung ano ba yung mga transaction niya. You have to be smart. It's very tricky, but again, if you're used to that on doing those things, magiging common na sa iyo yung mga action on how to verify an account.
Okay, Eric, ikaw naman, anong advice mo para makahanap ng pag-ibig online and, well, in general?
Yes, yes. Of course, number one, be clear with your intention. At what stage in your life are you in? Is it just for fun or serious now, something serious? Because with intention, you become more responsible with your choices. And then number two, be authentic. Match your online self with your offline self. Because when you do that, your vulnerability becomes a strength rather than to compromise who you are. Wala kang tinatago, and people fall in love with who you really are. And then I think lastly is that you find joy in the search. It's not as if like you go out there na kulang ka, you're lacking, and so the energy is also around being giggle. So it's just find joy in understanding yourself a little bit better. So the power of online dating is really on our desire to be seen and chosen. And so with that, you just know that, okay, give love a chance, but start choosing to fall in love with yourself first. And at the same time, hopefully every day, you swipe right to yourself.
You swipe right to yourself. Oh, that's very nice. Ito namang advice from our successful couple who met on Tinder and ended up as husband and wife.
Yes. For me, you have to follow through. So parang if nag-match kayo sa Tinder, you have to, like what Eric said, you have to match your online self to your personal self. And then what we did kasi I made my intentions clear na I want a relationship. And so alam naman niya na I was in for something serious.
Paano mo nalaman na she's the one?
You feel it.
Wow.
Yeah, you feel
okay.
it.
Yeah,
You feel it.
Okay, ikaw naman, Stephanie, your advice and then dun sa mga naghahanap ng love.
Ang advice ko lang sa mga nagda-download ng mga dating apps, alisin nila yung parang palagi nilang sinasabi na walang forever. Kasi ang paniniwala ko, ang forever kasi nasa tao. Nasa dalawang tao yun irregardless kung saan kayo nagkakilala, kahit saan, sa dating apps. Kung gusto nyo mag-work yung relationship nyo, mag-work yun pag pinagsikapan yung maging maayos. Kayong dalawa nung taong mahal mo, yung makakagawa ng success story nyo.
So, yung nagsa-struggle na wanting to find something real, kasi sabi na, yun nga, pag online, parang hindi daw tunay Pero how and when did you know that it was something real with RJ?
Nung nakita ko yung effort niya, na-test ko yun nung, syempre, medyo delikado nung una, pero eventually, nakita mo nag-effort yung tao na makilala ka, pati family mo. Ayun, doon ko nalaman na talagang intention niya, totoo. Na nawala sa isip ko na ang Tinder, wala lang yan. Yun pala, meron ka pala makikita sa Tinder na true love.
Wow, true love. Siguro ano yung biggest challenge nyo and how did you overcome it?
Biggest challenge natin?
Parang wala naman.
Wala talaga. It was smooth from
From the start lang na parang nag-question pa kami kung mag-work ba. Tapos nung compatible pala kami, tapos yung mga differences din namin, swak naman. So, aayos din naman namin.
And anong final note, anong masasabi nyo para maging successful ang isang online match?
Para maging successful, para sa akin, kailangan mo munang maging contented sa sarili mo bago ka maghanap ng happiness sa ibang tao. Kailangan masaya ka sa sarili mo muna.
Okay, on that note, we'd like to thank our guests and happy Valentine's Day to all. Thank you very much. That's On the Record this week. Thank you for watching. I'm Ruth Cabal.